Now if you want me to compare this with the Royal Enfield Classic 350, or let's say the Meteor 350, the Honda CB350 Highness, good evening folks, we have the Yezdi Roadster here. Where the heck is the key? Oh, it's here. Okay, so what all do we have here? Okay, Odo, trip A, trip B, that's it, right? Side stand is down, no ride modes on this thing, so you cannot switch off the ABS apparently, that's true. You have the gear position indicator, and then you have the rev limiter, rev counter, sorry, and the usual thing. You have a clock, you have the fuel indicator and everything else. Let's first fire it up and let's see how it feels. How does the engine sound? Okay. Does not sound like a cruiser, does it? Okay, here goes the first gear. Oh man, this is a little difficult because I'm not habitual of riding this here. So seat height again, a low cruiser, low slung seat, no problem. There should not be any problem with keeping the feet down, and let's go. Okay, it does not pick up like a cruiser at all. It has the grunt. Oh my god, this is amazing. The grunt, the low end grunt is amazing. It's brilliant. And I believe that this should have the near same problem that the other twos are having, other two Yezdis are having. That would be the low gear tractability. Let's see, we are in second gear right now. If we have to take a left, 10, 16, okay, there was a little bit of nodding, there was a little bit of knocking from the engine, you know, slight reluctance that, okay, I don't want to give in the second gear, shift me down to first, and then it worked. The headlight, LED light, it's pretty bright, no wonder, it's pretty good. You know, we are at the low beam right now. And let me open my visor. I'm wearing a helmet with a black visor. Okay, now the seat, due to the design of this seat, I don't really think that people with, you know, a bigger frame, bigger body would feel as accommodated because of the way this seat is designed. And that might be a challenge, because, you know, if you compare to other motorcycles like the Royal Enfield, or let's say the Honda Highness, the CB350, CB350 RS, the seat on them is pretty wide, you know, it's pretty accommodating. And this is, they have contoured it, they have scooped it from the center to retain the looks of it so that it goes well with the entire designing. But then it's function wise, it's little lacking, to be honest. The weight balancing is brilliant, there is no problem. The suspension, I would not say it is hard, I would not say it is soft. It is decently balanced between being stiff and being soft. Yeah, the rider does get thrown up a little bit, you know, when we were jumping on those breakers, my body, it's thrown up, so that might be a little problematic, I believe, for some. But this, you know, the entire suspension setup, that would work better for, you know, high speed rides or on the highways, or when you want to ride little aggressive, this thing would work better. And engine heating, it's not so much. I do not feel a lot of, you know, heat coming out of the engine. Although if you see my feet, my legs are pretty close, my calf muscles are pretty close to the engine over here, but it's not overheating. It's not something that is annoying. But hey, at the same time, we should not forget that we have been riding it for like what, a few minutes. Gear shifting is little clunky. Let's see, you have to upshift. Yeah, it is definitely clunky. It's little hard. It is not as smooth or as buttery smooth as it is on the other two motorcycles, that is the Adventure and the Scrambler. This thing is definitely clunky. The feel of the clutch, pretty much same how it is on the other two motorcycles. It has a decent amount of weight to it, you actually feel it, but they're not, you know, overly hard. And the brakes are brilliant, man. This is one thing which is exceptionally good on this product, that is the brakes. And it's always good to have good brakes on motorcycles, because that inspires a lot of confidence in the riders, right? Okay, now what else is pending? Ergonomics, yeah, it's pretty standard. Let me stop the bike somewhere underneath this light, because anyways we are not in daylight anymore. If I can show it to you. So the foot pegs, if you see, if you have to stop in traffic, you have to be careful with your foot peg position, because this thing will hit. You see this thing? You keep your feet down on either side. The positioning of the foot pegs on either side is something which may apparently foul with your shin bone, right? So you have to be a little bit careful. Either you keep the feet back, or you should keep it outwards. This is something similar which you have seen on maybe the Interceptor. It has the same problem, you know, the foot peg positioning such that it fouls with the knees, or sorry, fouls with the legs. That's a little bit annoying thing on this. And you get a comfortable riding posture. This windscreen, I do not know how much will it help in reflecting the wind. It's like almost as good as not having anything at all, to be honest. But then hopefully it should deflect some wind above the head. The handlebar is more of a flatter category, I would say. It's not having too much of a rise, it's not a lot of bend, but then you do feel with your arms in a very relaxed posture, you know, because there is not, you not keep your hands this way. That's the way these cruisers are should be, you know. Now if you want me to compare this with the Royal Enfield Classic 350, or let's say the Meteor 350, the Honda CB350 Highness, the CB350 RS, is it having enough space? Oh, okay, yeah, fine, it goes. So if you want to compare against those motorcycles, which one will I pick? It's a difficult ask, you know. It's all depending upon what kind of a rider you are and what do you want to do with the motorcycle. So if you want something which is top of the notch build quality, there is no denying the fact that the Honda CB350 Highness is definitely better in every sense. And when it comes to riding, you know, if you are someone who likes to rev hard, who likes to ride faster, then yes, this is the winner. This engine is extremely tractable. It is at its best, you know. If you talk about other motorcycles in the segment, this is at its purest form. You can rev this engine, it is really rev happy. The only downside is that these motorcycles are known for their torque, and this does not have that at the lower RPMs. That's the reason why it requires a lot of downshift. If you're okay to live with that, for highways this is going to be the best machine for sure, definitely, yes, because of the liquid cooling and 6 gears and everything else. For primarily city duties and all, Honda CB350, the Highness. If you are an aggressive rider who likes to, you know, rev the crap out of the engine, this is it. And overall, if you travel with your pillion, everybody else, you need to carry a lot of luggage and all, then yes, there's no beating the Meteor. It's an exceptionally good product. Every product actually in this segment is equally good. There is no denying. So we have been running in city traffic, you saw it, right? It was pretty dense, and still now, even if I keep my feet here, there is no heat from the engine. The engine, I don't feel any heat coming out of the engine, so which is a good thing actually, you know. It means that the coolant, the liquid cooling, is doing its job, and it's doing its job well. All right folks, so there it is, the Yezdi Roadster. My opinion on the Yezdi Roadster. I hope that this video comes out to be of some help, and I hope that Yezdi guys fix this clunky gearbox on this thing. It's awfully clunky. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Until then, stay safe, ride safe, and God bless you all. Bye bye.